again, everybody. I'm BrianTheBlue, and welcome back to Current Calamities, where I take a break from the past to look forward to the future with the games of the present. You may be wondering why I'm outside, and I got a simple explanation. I'm only trying to size up this shit.
Mario Golf Super Rush, the latest entry in Mario's surprisingly fruitful series on one of the most boring sports in human history.
And if anybody's going to add excitement, it isn't going to be a bunch of rich white people or the few minority players. It'll be the Italian plumber and his other friends at Nintendo.
My experience with the series itself has been minimal, but I played a couple golf games, mostly on Wii Sports. Since motion controls are included, I'm throwing that in this lineup, and the NES Golf may or may not have Mario before he found a proper diet, and the only Mario Golf game I have is World Tour on the 3DS, and I've never played it. I played more golf games than I have Mario Golf, but today I say,
so long, pixelated man. And let's be honest, you don't need experience to play a game like this. It's Mario and golf. It won't be that difficult. Besides, I'm more interested in the new modes that are being introduced to make the dull sport more exciting. It's good to see you again, Camelot! Now let's go inside and play. It's hot out here.
Speaking of Camelot, this opening sequence is very much them, having the characters play one of the new game types with the evildoers ending up in a goofy scenario. It's been a trademark since the GameCube days. Of course Mario wins.
Lol.
At the very beginning we have a few modes that we can hit, and I think I picked a good time to do this as the New Donk City free DLC dropped a short time ago. So we'll hop right into standard golf and see how it looks.
You know who I'm gonna be, the Wah-ist of the Wah. I'm hoping against hope that Waluigi will get his own game in due course. He deserves one. You know, virtual pinball is popular in some circles, and he loves pinball.
Turns out New Donk isn't a bad place to start, as it's very much designed to be a perfect starter course. Being a basic golf game, your goal is to get your ball into the hole marked by a flag. It's simple to do with you having to charge for the distance of your shot as well as the power, and hope you'll get one step closer to the hole. Simple like I said, but what makes it a little challenging is the little things to keep in mind. You have wind that could affect where the ball can go, at least on its angle, and you'll want to sink your golf ball in the hole within or under par, as it could affect your score if you don't. It's as easy to understand as you can get, especially with button controls, and on this course you can use the environment to your advantage. Though it could also come back to bite you too. One of the things I like and dislike is the camera angles when the ball reaches the green, because it can get so zoomed in that it's more painful to watch it past the hole. My performance was mainly even with mostly pars, but with birdies and bogeys here and there, and I'd say I didn't do too bad for my first run, with a total of -4 after 18 holes.
Gotta say, Waluigi fits in well here with his new attire. Better than Mario did. Good to have that height advantage, eh?
We'll go another round of standard golf, but this time with motion controls. There's plenty of customizable options to toggle with before you get on a golf course, and I chose to go against someone this time around, that being my stark opposite,
Luigi! I'm sure they'll want me to stand up for this, so let's get into the Wii Sports Resort stance. I don't know what's going on with my golf club, but okay, here we go. And bada swing, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, let's try that again. Clearly off sync or something, like I don't know what the heck. Here we go. And swing and miss again. What is going on? Press the button. Oh, I'm taking my practice swings. Oh, that's why. Wrong button. Can I read? No. And hoo-yah! Whoa, I got muscles, but what the heck was that?
Yeah, this isn't Wii Sports Resort, like in the slightest. It has a weird calibration mode that's a little finicky, and a Joy-Con isn't as fitting in the hand as the Wii Remote was.
It has more problems than just the drift when you get down to it.
I thought I had it nailed down, but that was just a false omen when Luigi just started to kick ass like the green putting machine that he is, leaving me in his sexy dust. So we'll just move on to the selling point of this new entry, Speed Golf, the smartest new addition to the series where 4 players can duke it out to see who can stroke the least or get to the hole the quickest. You can argue it's the main mode of this game, and I'm sure it's a fun playstyle that could work in real life. Brian, what is this? What are we doing? Brian, you take this. I don't know what this is good for. Well, let me make it easier for you. Gameplay remains largely the same with the exception of after hitting the ball, you have to run to your ball in order to take the next shot. You'll have an energy meter to keep in mind with hearts on the course to refill it, and if you have enough you can use a special dash that can knock over opponents and even send their balls out of your way. It's a fresh take on the sport, and a fun one at that. At least, when it wants to work. I don't know why, but at random times my Joy-Cons just stopped accepting inputs, leaving me at a standstill. And I'm not talking about the countdown advantage rule, I'm talking about when I'm right next to the hole and it just stops. Going in and out of the home menu fixes the issue temporarily, but it shouldn't be happening in the first place, and these Joy-Cons have enough problems as it is. Drift is still an issue when having to choose clubs, or adjusting where you want the shot to go, or adding the damn curve to the ball?
Is it really a wonder why they're getting sued?
The problem also seems to be only with Speed Golf too, as Battle Golf didn't share the same issue, so I have no idea what is going on. But while I'm on the subject, Battle Golf is fine for what it is, kinda dull by yourself, best suited for multiplayer. Anyway, I had to buy new Joy-Cons as the issues I had weren't getting any better, and I knew I was going to need them for the next mode, Golf Adventure.
Not sure if a game like this needed one, but you can be the judge of that. Right now, it's recap time.
After rewatching the opening sequence on TV, I show up at this clubhouse where Birdo introduces me to my roommates and fellow rookies. The next day I explore the golf club and I suppose a resort where I get introduced to some of the head honchos around here and receive some gear like a smartwatch and my golf clubs. Very important to have that. From there we do some training that goes in depth to a good degree as well as competing in a tournament. Though I impressed on my first outing, my fellow rookies doubt my ability. Well, it looks like I'll just have to show them just what I'm made of. So now we're competing in an open tournament in speed golf form, which to my relief performed much better. I was able to stay in line with my competition and did very well on the 2-day tourney, where I ended up in first place.
If you're wondering how I prepared myself, well, bouncing off sheep is good exercise.
After winning the tournament, we move on to a different section of the resort, which gave us a whole new course, but right now it's been ravaged by a storm, so we can't play on it normally, but we can try another type in the meantime, in the form of XC Golf.
If I have a question here, if I don't see a point with the story mode, doesn't that make it pointless? 'Cause that's how I feel with this.
Truthfully, I don't really see a point to this mode, other than to unlock a few things. It's straightforward in the sense of how to play, but is it really necessary? I do applaud their commitment to the tiniest of detail, with the random info the characters can dish, the golf clubs to the playing, everything.
This is a golfing nerd's paradise, but I don't think it's really needed, as they're just looking for a simple and fun experience. Like what the golf?
If you haven't heard of it, it's perhaps the best satire of golf ever made into a video game. I got it physically from IM8-bit just before getting Super Rush, and it was so much fun. It had its faults on the odd occasions, but I was laughing throughout. It may be affecting my opinion on this game slightly, but it isn't just What the Golf alone. I've seen that golf games have been quite popular online, especially in the mini-golf sense, and personally, I think that's what the Mario Golf series is missing, or would have to go next, as there's so much potential with making wacky golf courses than just playing the regular snooze fest golf. There is fun to be had with speed and battle golf, but time will tell if they become standards in the series.
And by the way, the XC Golf, kinda like the battle golf format, but they chose the wrong course to do it with, as these tornadoes can go straight to hell. Oh, yeah! The best thing I can really say about Golf Adventure is it's there, and
that's pretty much all I can say about it and the game in general. With the sport of golf, there's only so much that you can do or talk about. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good game, just not exactly my thing, though it has a lot to keep you busy, but what I have explained is most of what you can do, minus the online stuff that I don't have a subscription for. The only other game type to try is Solo Challenge, where I tried some of the other new courses and tried to get Waluigi to his preferred number. So, with all that being said, what's my overall opinion? I've never been a golf person, but I know how fun it can get when given the right circumstances, and this game looked like fun, maybe not in the same vein as others that were out there, but still potentially enjoyable. After playing Mario Golf Super Rush, it's fine for what it is, a variety of gameplay options with the new speed and battle types shining through the most, but there may be such a thing as over-exceeding. I'm unsure if the golf adventure is really necessary in the grand scheme, as you can just learn as you go, but you do have to admire the depth. They really got into the sport, as evident in the guide, play stats, and options. It'll be a Mario Golf game to remember, but I'm more of a tennis guy myself. Though I didn't buy Aces a few years ago, scratch that, I'm more of a baseball guy. When is there going to be a new entry in that series? Or Strikers too, Charged was awesome! So what do you think? Do you agree with me, or have your own thoughts? Let me know by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, like the video with those thumbs up. If you think anyone else would like this vid, share it around. And if you want to see more of me, this show, and others, hit the subscribe button. I'm BrianTheBlue, thanks for watching. I'm going back to the past, and until next time, I'll see you in the future.